Hey YouTube, what's up? This is YugiohTube bringing you the video for tournament number 17 finals. This is when I had to face xKendallx65 for the box, and I have no way of actually speeding up the video, so I decided I'll just play the video again as it was, and I'll jump around here and there, and I'm gonna talk about the plays and what was going on in my mind, what was stuff I needed, and so on. So as you can see in my opening hand, it's actually not too bad. I drew most of everything I would need to actually be able to go off. I have the reinforcement of the army and the launcher, so I can just grab a greffer and just go off entirely. Unfortunately, I did not get to go first. So going first is actually extremely overpowered in Yu-Gi-Oh, and I'm sure we've all seen that. Setting traps is one thing, but the fact that you can draw so many cards on your own turn, and you know, I will not want to say, because had I gone first, I would practically just win. So, you know, I'm not saying I've lost yet, but it would have been extremely nice had I gone first. So he just sets one trap and passes, and you know, I'm not too worried. Unfortunately, I draw another monster, so you know, it's not like I needed more monsters in my hand. And as you can see, when I open deck, all the spell traps are like stuck together, and I was actually about to draw more monsters in the next few turns. So now when I summon Gruffer, this was actually the most key part for this game one. He will respond to the Gruffer summon with his torrential. So once torrential happens, it was like, okay, great, I'm stuck with everything. I didn't even bother to use the launcher to discard one of the infinities, because I'd be discarding for quite a while. And now on his turn, he ends up, you know, doing all his plays. He summons everything, puts in some good damage, and uses Tenki. And with Tenki, he grabbed his one monster that he needed, and that was it. I mean, now he makes the highly feared Pleiades. I mean, Pleiades' effect is just extremely powerful. The fact that he can do it at any time and during either player's turn. So now I all of a sudden decide, alright, you know what, I guess I'll start using launcher to discard. So maybe it would have been a good idea to start using launcher to discard last turn, but I'm not too sure how much better that would have been. So I set some cards, and I put the Stygian down because he's actually not discardable. And then on his end phase, he activates the effect to return the monster to my hand. Clearly he can tell my hand is clogged with monsters right now, and most Infinity spell traps don't do much at all during during the time when I have cards in hand. But the better play on his half would have been to send back the trap to my hand on end phase and then return the monster when he drew. Then he got Sombres, so it was practically a wrap. I mean, it looks like he's got everything, and he summons all these monsters, and it's game over. He attacks. So when it comes down to siding, now this is where I'm going to pause a little bit. So I took out the 2 Vanity's Emptiness, because he actually doesn't special summon endlessly. He doesn't. It's one special summon per turn at most. A lot of the stuff were all normal summons. So I do take out the Vanity's Emptiness, and I put in the Black Horn of Heaven, and I'm going to add I believe, yeah, Light Imprisoning Mirror for sure, because all of them, they're all light effects. I'm going to take out the Eradicator Virus because I'm going first and I'm losing. So I don't want to activate cards that are going to be minus, you know, the Eradicator has a tribute cost. I also took out Mind Control for the same reason, because I'm going first, so if I draw Mind Control opening hand, it'll be dead. I'm looking for a way to add in the D-Prisons, because it'll be great to have them. And you know, even if he has Pleiades out and he returns one of them to me, I'll be able to use the other one. I couldn't figure out what else to remove for the second D-Prison, so I decided I would keep only one in main. I sided in 1 D-Prison because I have enough traps for him to target back to my hand. So now I draw, and you know, once again I'm like, oh, okay, so this is another one of those hands I can go off with immediately. And the Stygian Street Patrol with Instant Fusion would make a Lavava a chain, and then 1-for-1 with Avenger would give me Mirage, so I can actually make a lot of plays right now. And I you know, immediately start doing that. I'm happy he doesn't have any Max C, never discards of Effect Veiler either, so far all good. You know, and I drop a Mirage, doesn't do anything to Mirage, I get that effect going. I'm gonna search the launcher, Synchro for 5, all the usual plays. I get the Catastrophe out because, you know, he has a lot of light type monsters. And as I'm doing all of this, I'm just searching for breaks. And right now, I'm going to search for the Necromancer because I have a Stygian I can remove. So now I keep doing that, remove. Alright, I never normal summoned this turn. And yeah, copy Mirage, so I keep going with all of that. And yeah, this game was practically over. I mean, there was nothing to happen here. And I got my plays out too fast, and it was just amazing. I got all my searches. He does try. You know, he summons Chaos, and he's like, is that okay? And I'm like, doesn't seem like a threat to me. But I believe that yeah, I believe he was possibly gonna match heads with Lavava Chain, because even Lavava Chain's effect is very powerful for me, but he didn't, so that was that. And he does activate Vanity's Emptiness though. I'm not sure why, but you know, it's okay. If he's gonna activate it, he's gonna activate it. And I start proceeding with all the plays I have. I put Archfiend on top, MST'd one of his random traps to get rid of Vanity's Emptiness and that trap. And that was just perfect, because then I summoned this and just attack everything. And I have my barrier, so whatever that one trap is can't really stop me. Mirror Force, yeah, if I didn't have that barrier, it would have been devastating to every extent. And yeah. So I like that he never actually quits. You know, right now he could have Dark Hole. If he had Dark Hole, it would be a great comeback for him, because I have no way to stop Dark Hole. But he didn't have Dark Hole, so that was the end of that. Game 3, again, it's so bad for me because I'm going second, and it's against a deck that has certain things I really don't like at all, like Pleiades, and his Pleiades effect is just too good. Plus the fact that he can also side Shadow Imprisoning Mirror, and he probably sides more than one, especially because most people know I'm going to play Infinities. So for going second, I put the Mind Control back in, took out Monster Gate, because Monster Gate has a tribute cost. And I also added in the Trap Stun, because I know he's going to put in some like Shadow Imprisoning stuff. And I look at my opening hand, and I'm like, this is actually, again, one of those hands I can go off with. Because I can Foolish Burial a Stygian, and normal summon this Stygian, use the one in the grave to special summon Archfiend, and that would be that. Plus I was happy once again that I drawn Dark Hole, so I can actually get rid of Pleiades if he makes it. And lo and behold, he has everything to make Pleiades, so Pleiades does come out, makes an appearance, and yeah. Got 3 back rows, so you know I'm happy, really happy I drew compulsory. So I definitely immediately Dark Hole that shit, like, you know, fuck, get that out of here. He says wow, I don't blame him, because he's gone minus now. It took 2 of his hand cards to actually make that. And when I normal summon, he shows me the Shadow Imprisoning Mirror, and that just made me very sad. I was like, oh, okay, so I guess I can't go off right now. The worst thing right now, I put down the Foolish as a bluff, you know, because he might have MST, but he hits the one card I needed the most, the one card I would play 3 copies of any day, compulsory, because then he had an amazing card in his hand. This is a card he already had in his hand, Sombres. And I couldn't, like, Sombres was just devastating. He's actually, in this deck, Sombres is more devastating in my opinion than Kerrikion is in Evil Swarms, because he didn't just go ahead and make Pleiades. This time he went for this guy. This Armageddon guy destroyed so many cards. Oh, Tyrus, Keeper of Genesis, not Armageddon. Tyrus was destroying spell and traps left and right, like there goes the Foolish, you know, and if I had compulsory, Tyrus would have been gone. I would have kept beating 16, 18, whatever all monsters I draw. But no, and on top of that, I'm not even getting my Shadow Imprisoning Mirror, so there is another problem. I couldn't set the other Archfiend to eventually use Infernity Break, so there goes the Archfiend monster and my Infernity Break. But to add more salt to everything. He doesn't even like watch. It's almost over. Yep, he just keeps attacking, destroys the other trap, and it was pretty much a problem because I was sad. Yeah, now he's just gonna keep attacking, and it's game over. I draw this useless card. There's really no point in using it, but I just end. I end hoping that I would draw an MST, and if I can draw an MST, I can MST the Shadow, Night Beam something else, use Stygian Street Patrol, go off. But no, Sombres makes an appearance once again. And all the perfect Sombres plays gave him all the damage in the world to finish me off. Since this guy, I mean, thank God there was no Pollux, but you know, it's still pretty dumb because now he's gonna have Pleiades out. So Tiras did his job, cleared up the field for him to safely bring out a Pleiades, and I have 2 cards in hand, and I'm gonna have 3 on my turn. But the 2 in my hand are totally okay, I guess. I just need an MST, something I have 3 copies of in the deck. And Dark Hole would have been beautiful again, but I already used it. I already used that. Probably too early, maybe, I don't know. But there, I drew that, and there's not much I can do with this. I mean, he's just gonna return everything to hand, and it was just game over. So yeah, xKendallx65 was able to win the box, and he's been given the prize, and he's good to go. So thanks for watching, and I hope you guys are signed up for the next tournament. Registration is actually almost about to finish. I just need a couple more people, and once that's done, I'm gonna post the sign-ups, and yeah, just get that started. So thanks a lot for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Talk to you guys later.